What's going on, Paisanos? V here, and today we're showing you Shaddoll Invoked versus Dragon Link. Obviously, I'm not sure if you can tell by the playmat above, this is an experienced player, and today what we're going to go over is basically how to just shut him down as efficiently as possible. And I'll go over some reasons why our opponent made some plays that they did, and I'll also go over some reasons why we made the plays that we did. So we're going to go ahead and get started into it. I believe we win the dice roll, and our hand's pretty decent, to be honest with you. It's nothing insane. It's basically kind of a basic side. You get a bit of each engine, but nothing too significant. I'm gonna go ahead and activate terraforming. It's gonna get me a magical meltdown. And the thing is, it's hard for our opponent because like you would ideally want to ash a terraforming, but if we have meltdown in hand, what does it do? So he's obviously going to let that go through. I'm gonna go ahead and activate magical meltdown. I'm gonna go ahead and add Alistair. And once again, he's ash in hand. And he's going to go ahead and immediately ash the Alistair play, which is the correct play. Because, you know, we're basically exchanging a 1-for-1 at this point. He has 4 cards in hand. That's very important to note. And I'm looking at my hand and seeing what I could do. What are my options? I'm going to go ahead and set 1 card down, which is Shaddoll Fusion. And I'm looking, and the reason why I didn't immediately go into Shaddoll Fusion is because we're hoping for him to special summon by card effect. And we'll talk about that in a second. So once again, I have 3 in hand, 1 card face down. He draws a hand of 5 cards in his hand. And he's going to go ahead and activate Quick Launch right here. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Shaddoll Fusion. So what's going to happen is, I'm just going to debate on it real quickly, and I'm going to flip it. And then what I'm going to do is, you know, obviously see if he has any answers, which I don't know if you have any answers to Shaddoll Fusion, but basically we're going to go ahead and bring out Window. We're going to use Alistair, which is a dark monster, and win our Ariel in hand. It was our only Shaddoll monster, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and win it and start the lock. Now, this is basically what this is a conversation we had without saying any words. I basically told him, do you have Dark Rule no more? Because if you don't have it, your turn ends right now. Your Rocket Tracer does nothing. And what I also decided to do is use Ariel's effect, banish cards in his graveyard as well as banish my Alistair. Alistair's not good in my graveyard. I mean, unless I open like Shaddoll Schism, but if I have Invocation in hand, then I don't need Alistair in my... I don't need Alistair in my graveyard, so that's why I decided to pitch my Alistair away. If I, you know, it's not needed. So, once again, he's going to, I believe at this point he's just going to pass his turn, which tells me he didn't have the Dark Rule no more, which is a big deal for us. And at the end phase, he gets rid of his Rocket Tracer, so we're in a really good position right now. Once again, he immediately told me he doesn't have Dark Rule no more. I'm immediately going to activate the other Magical Meltdown, and I'm going to go ahead and add Alistair to my hand. And this is going to be a relatively quick game 1. I believe he still draws for his turn. I'm going to do some damage. I'm going to summon Alistair, add Invocation. This is, you know, basic Yu-Gi-Oh right here. Once again, we've broken everything down immediately to its base form. He wants to pop off turn 1, and we're just immediately denying him doing that. And that's what this deck basically, I mean, that's the beneficial part about this deck, is we can speed or slow on the pace depending if we go first or second. Had he went first, I'm not sure my board would have been as, you know, I'm not sure this game would have been as easy as game 1 was for us. But it's only easy because of Winda. Winda's going to carry this entire game, by the way. So I'm looking over it, and I'm trying to see how can I do as much damage as possible. I'm going to activate Invocation. I'm going to get rid of his Rocket Tracer and my Alistair. I'm going to go into a Invoke Caliga. Which is, I mean, it's not bad, but we only had 1 summon, so that's the only play I could have done. Because we have Winda on board. And Invoke Caliga further restricts me more so. So it kind of slowed me down doing this. I think I attacked with Alistair and Winda before I did this play. But still, this play wasn't really that efficient, but it was the best way we could have done. He's going to draw. Once again, we have 3 in hand. He's going to draw, and I mean, this is a hard board to break too, because now I'm adding more things that's just hard for him to do. So we have Alistair in hand. He's going to go ahead and get rid of his Black Dragon to another Black Dragon, enter battle phase, swing at our Winda, and then I'm just going to go ahead and show him the Alistair, and that's basically GG from there on in. So game 1 was relatively easy for us just because he didn't have Dark Rule no more. Had he had Dark Rule no more, the game would have been a lot difficult. Also, the game was easy for us because we had access to both our engines. And this is how efficient this deck can go the minute you get both your engines active. Now, I think that looking back, I probably would have left the Alistair on board, or I would have got rid of Alistair after I attacked with it and went into a... Just because next turn I wanted to threaten Mechaba, which definitely would have ended him next turn. With that board I had, I think he would have had extra turn, I think. If he didn't declare an attack with his 3k body. His if he left his red eyes on board and didn't swing, I'm pretty sure he would have had extra turn to go in his deck. But yeah, no, I should have went Alistair. I should have went Artemis after I attacked with Alistair and Winda, and that would have been a more correct play, because then I would have been telling him, hey, listen, I'm definitely going to be going to Mecha the following turn, and that's going to be your last turn. But yeah, no, I mean, and the thing is, he tried to be more aggressive, just so he could have the ability to. He tried to be more aggressive so he could have the ability to, combo off right after that, which unfortunately he didn't get a chance to do for himself. Okay, so we're just looking at our side deck. We're trying to figure out what's the best way to side against him. I added a lot of new cards. I updated some cards in his deck, and by the end of the week, I'll probably have an updated deck profile of the newer version, the more efficient version of this deck, with all my card choices, all my explanations. I'll tell you right now, I feel really confident in my extra deck. I feel amazingly confident in my side deck. My main deck, I'm still tinkering with as far as like hand traps, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when I give you guys my updated deck profile later on this week. If you guys are looking for seeing this deck live in action, asking me questions, and seeing the deck whenever I do my live streams on Twitch TV, YGO_Paisano, I show my deck profile at the end of the locals I play at. So if you guys are interested in doing that, click the link down below. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe if you want to support the channel, and go ahead and check it out, because you see me play the deck in live in action. You see my thought process after the match of what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, and if you have any questions, I love to answer them. I know the number one question I get is, why am I running why am I not running Dogmatic package? And I said it so many times, and I'll say it at the end of the week, but if you guys still have any questions of why I'm running it, the easiest answer is I don't need it. It's too slow, it's not needed, it's not efficient, and to be honest with you, I could play a lot more cards that will help the Shaddoll Invoked engine that I care about. So everyone's subscribing, everyone's, like I said, people supporting the channel, as you guys see up top left, and I do appreciate that for everyone who does subscribe. Okay, so he's going to get start working on getting his engine online, and I want to show you something really cool, which we'll show you in a little bit. But this is when it comes down to Dragon Links, when you're going second against them, unless you have something really high impact, like if you can Ash a Chaos Space and they don't have a follow-up play, it doesn't happen all the time, no, but when it does happen, it's really good. I mean, and then if they had talents, then you're just in a world of hurt. But if you can go ahead and what I do is I look at my hand and I go, can I play during their turn? And if I can't play during their turn, my mind is immediately on what's the best board they can make and what's the best board I can do to counteract the board they make. We've seen this before in previous videos in which I just calmly sat down and said, okay, it's not much I can do, and went ahead. Okay, so what he's gonna do is he obviously didn't draw the best hand. He only went into a Heroic Seal. If we have Shaddoll Fusion on hand, it's not as good due to the fact that he could chain Heroic Seal. So Shaddoll Fusion in this game state is not the best play. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and activate Magical Meltdown. I'm gonna try to get Astrid in my hand, and we're gonna try to reset the lock on him. That's very important. My goal is to put that lock back on him. He's gonna activate Heroic Seal, bouncing Magical Meltdown. You can't activate Magical Meltdown again, obviously, because of Heroic Seal. And then he's going to attempt a special summon. And at this point, I'm thinking about I ask him how many cards in his hand. Once again, it's always about asking your hand. Checking the game state. I'm going to go Ashes, Heroic Seal, and Graveyard. Guys, I say it before, I'll always say it again. It's all about checking the game state. Cards in your hand, cards in your graveyard, cards in my hand, cards in my graveyard. And then let's analyze everything. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Shaddoll Fusion, and he's going to drop an Ash on me. And that's a big Ash, to be honest with you. That's a pretty big Ash boss from a Choice being dropped on us. And once again, I think he has 2 in hand. I could be wrong, though. I'm going to go ahead and set 1 card face down and 1 card into my back row and pass turn. To be honest with you, I forgot what I had. But basically, what my goal is just to try to put him in a more downward position in this game state. He doesn't have many cards. He doesn't have many resources, but he doesn't need that many resources. He's going to go ahead and activate his field spell, bring out Rocket Tracer, and I'm immediately going to Super Poly him. And I'm going to discard my Magical Meltdown and an Aerial in my face down. And we're going to go into a Winda, obviously because it needs dark, activating Aerial effect. And this is, once again, this is me just slowing down the game state. I'm not doing anything impactful. You don't need to, as long as the game state slow down. Also, his resources are just basically gone. He had another Ash for my Wendy. I don't know why I said Aerial. And I'm just going to go simple Winda Swing. Now, once again, he doesn't have many cards in his hand. He has 2. He needs Dark Rule no more, plus another card to combo off. He does have his field spell, which I definitely noticed, because if I get hit with Dark Rule no more, his field spell is going to let him get that Rocket Shooter back. He's going to go ahead and start doing combo again, and that definitely worries me. I set 1 card face down, 1 card in hand. Once again, he's going to go ahead and bring Rocket Shooter back with his field spell. And I believe at this point he's going to pass turn. We're going to draw for our turn. So, once again, we're not doing anything impactful. All we're doing is slowing the game state down to the pace we like it at by bringing out a card like Winda. I don't have anything I can really do other than get rid of his Rocket Tracer. And I don't know, this play, I don't know if I agree with this play or not. It's 50-50. He activated Rocket Tracer's effect to bring out Rocket Recharger. And to be honest with you, if I was in this position, I would have kept Rocket Tracer on board. Then again, he was probably worried about me accessing an Alistair. You know, I don't know what was in my hand, but I really should have kept that second Magical Meltdown. Now that I think about it. Anyway, just because like if we summon Alistair, we get rid of Wendy. And a cool play, what we can do is we could go Alistair, Invocation with Wendy, go into Rage, and now not only is the game state slowed down, but any summon he does, the Trident Link climb, is just gone. Once again, it's only if you have Dark Ruler no more. So I'm going to set another card face down. Once again, looking back, you can always see your replays. It's always good to check replays like this. I still have one card in hand. I'm trying to slow the game state down. I believe my other card was a Suapali, and at this point I'm debating on activating it, which I think I do. Yeah, okay. So I'm activating Suapali. I'm going to pitch the Bureau because we just don't need it. We're so far ahead, and by trying to do something with his monsters, he's obviously telling me he doesn't have Dark Ruler no more. Because if you had Dark Ruler no more, you would immediately activate it, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had Dark Ruler no more, that'd be the first thing he would do, and then he would link climb his board. But the minute he put his guy in attack mode, he told me he didn't have it. And since he didn't have it, I'm going to go ahead and activate my guy and just shut him down. Okay. So he's going to go ahead and activate Cave Dragon Leviair. Leviair. And this is definitely a phenomenal play by him. He's not going to activate the effects of Leviair. He just go, is it Leviair or Leviathan Dragon? I think it's Leviathan Dragon. Anyway, what's going to happen is he's going to ban Street. He's not going to use effect. He's going to try to be more aggressive just to get that window off board. And this is what happens with Dragon Link players when they don't access Forbidden Droplet and Dark Ruler no more. When they don't access these cards, their game state is terrible. So he's going to go ahead and get rid of my window. I'm going to add Fusion in my hand. I'm okay with this kind of play. Once again, I definitely think I should have kept the Meltdown. Meltdown would have been huge for me, to be honest with you. Then he's going to go ahead and activate that, and I'm going to show him the Schism. And that's just really unfortunate for him. So, Schism, we're going to bring back Winda. Winda, obviously, being the fact that he activated World Legacy Guard Dragon, that's his summon for the turn. And then Schism's going to go ahead and send his Chaos Dragon Leviair to the graveyard. Here's what he does, and I like this play a lot. He's going to use Chaos Space and try to get that top deck card. And that top deck card was a Dark Ruler no more. I was done. But the game was over. So, that's a really nice, like, that's a really quick way this deck plays. Obviously, I based it to my opponent. If you have a 40-card version of your deck, you're going to have to add in cards like Dark Ruler more, Forbidden Droplet. And by doing that, I put you on better habit. If you don't have it, I'm going off. This game's going to get locked out, and you're going to be done. Once again, I really think I should have kept the Magical Meltdown in the second game. The game would have been a lot faster. He wouldn't be able to do a lot more plays. But that's only in retrospect. Hindsight is 20/20. Learn from your mistakes. The main thing I want to tell you guys about this match and this duel is how fast you can win versus Dragon Link. Obviously, winning Dice Roll and bringing out Win on board is efficient, but it's not always efficient. And I didn't know he had Dragon Links, to be honest with you. But I knew, especially in game one, you see me go ahead and, being the fact that I don't know if he has Dragon Links, all I did was set the, all I did was summon Alistair instead of Eldal. Luckily, we had the Eldal. Had I had Shaddoll Fusion, I probably would have did it still, but it wouldn't have been as efficient. But the minute he did his first summon, the minute I saw that one card, in my mind, I populated a variation of Dragon Link decks that he could play. Obviously, this cost stuff we don't know about, what's in his hand. We don't know about anything else. But in my mind, when you activate that card to bring out a Rocket Tracer, more than likely, you told me your entire deck. Just like when I activated Magical Meltdown, you more than likely knew variations of the decks I'm playing. Specifically, Shaddoll Invoked or Shaddoll Eldritch. If I had one card face down, would you think I had Eldritch? Maybe not. You would think more like Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatica, which I don't play because that's not the right variant. The correct variant is Shaddoll Invoked for maximum consistency. And in this deck, you obviously see how we played at maximum consistency. Obviously, we didn't enjoy the Invocation, which would have been insane, but we still drew really well. And that's basically how we won this game, by drawing well, drawing consistent, analyzing the game state, and of course, very importantly, trying to play to his outs, trying to play against what our opponent's doing, and understanding the fact that our opponent is trying to spam the board, and since we went first, we're just denying them. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you'd like to see some of these duels in live action. You can see how I play against Dragon Links and other Shaddoll mirror matches. And my favorite matches to play against recently, Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatica, in which we just wait till they punishment us and then we kill them the following turn. So I greatly appreciate you guys. Go ahead and check me out and give me a follow on my Twitch channel, as well as subscribe if you would like to support the channel, and subscribe on this YouTube channel for more great content like Shaddoll matchups like this one. It's your boy V, and you paisanos have a great day.